India is one of the world's most ancient civilizations. It's a melting pot of cultures, religions, races, and languages. Anyone who has ever traveled around India is unlikely ever to forget its colorful diversity. India is the second most densely populated country in the world after China. Its capital Delhi alone has a population of 21 million. That's 3 times more people than live in the whole of Switzerland. In the last few decades, India has emerged as a significant economic power. As a result, many people have been able to work their way out of poverty. Modern India is managing a delicate balancing act between industry and rudimentary agriculture. The country's railway network is struggling to cope with the growing demands imposed by demographic and industrial growth. In many places, the infrastructure is antiquated. Entire city districts are crippled by frequent power cuts. The country's rapid economic growth has left many behind, forgotten. Those who are already defenseless have been hardest hit. In India, there are more than 200 million children living in dire poverty. That's as many as the populations of Germany, France, and Italy combined. In their plight, mothers are forced to abandon their children. Many children become the victims of human traffickers and are forced to work in factories. Girls are often perceived as a burden and cast out. They are particularly at risk from poverty. As a result, they are more frequently the victims of violence and forced into prostitution. I got a call from the hospital in the middle of the night. They told me that a newborn baby had been left there and that I could take the baby in if I wanted to. This is Amadi, a mother at an SOS children's village in Faridabad. She's responsible for 12 children. I agreed immediately, packed a couple of bath towels and set off shortly afterwards. I took the baby straight home and looked after her. Amadi was already able to look after Rani as an infant and integrate her with the other children in her family. Today, Rani's a healthy 3-year-old. The SOS Children's Village has created a happy and harmonious atmosphere so that these little ones have a big opportunity in life and never again forget how to laugh. It makes me very happy to see Rani, because my dream has always been to give a child the best upbringing so that one day she can live her own life, standing on her own 2 feet. Here children can still be children. The SOS Children's Village gives orphaned and abandoned children a family environment that protects them and allows them to grow up with support and encouragement. 50 children between the ages of 1 and 18 are looked after in Faridabad, one of the 3 SOS Children's villages around Delhi. Thanks to individual support and education, children and teenagers are given a future, so they in turn can become self-sufficient members of society. This is where Rani has been living for 3 years now. Together with her siblings and her SOS mother, she does her share of the household chores and lends a helping hand. But it's not just household chores that are shared. The younger ones also benefit from the older children during homework and playtime, and vice versa. Mothers at SOS Children's Villages take charge of bringing up and looking after the children placed in their care. They establish a personal bond with the children and actively support their development. With over 10 children in the home, it's not always easy. It means that Rani can go to kindergarten carefree and unburdened, and there discover her first skills. The SOS Children's Village compound also has an SOS Hermann Gmeiner primary school and secondary school. Most of the children attending the SOS kindergarten and Faridabad are from the neighborhood. The school is capable of accommodating 1,100 children, and besides the children from the SOS Children's Villages, is also open to children from the surrounding area. The school in Faridabad has an excellent reputation based on its 64 well-qualified teachers, class sizes of 22 children and well-equipped classrooms.
For me, I should say I'm a lucky girl that, SOS, that I came to SOS and I'm stable now.
The school also attaches a great deal of importance to ensuring that girls attend the school through to Year 12 as well.
I left SOS when I was 18. I took admission in Zakir Hussain College. It's a part of Delhi University. Currently, I'm working with a bank, with the MNC Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, as a customer service executive.
In 2013, 98% of secondary school pupils completed Year 12, many of them with distinction.
SOS gave me my everything actually, a family and education, and these days education is very important.
The training centre for SOS Children's Village mothers was established in Faridabad.
On behalf of University of Delhi, we visited SOS Children's Village in India, and we prepared a module for enhancing strong mother-child bond in children. The primary purpose of this module was to train the mothers through experiential exercises to develop a strong bond with the children.
Besides educational science and psychology, it also teaches general subjects such as nutrition, first aid and English.
And I hope we should have more SOS villages in India.
It's not just in the slum areas of the big cities that families are unable to find work. It's a fact of life in rural areas too. Families simply do not have the money to look after their children. Many children are malnourished. Girls in particular are forced to drop out of school as they have to find paid work to help their family. The Family Strengthening Program of the SOS Children's Village counteracts this problem. By granting microcredits to women, it allows families to buy water buffalo. In the next phase, they're then provided with training in water buffalo husbandry. Demand for buffalo milk in India is strong due to its high fat content. The women are able to sell the dried buffalo dung mixed with straw as fuel, providing a second source of income from buffalo husbandry. The Family Strengthening Program is already showing initial signs of success, with the children in the community now no longer malnourished. Another success story is the reduction in the school dropout rates. Girls, just like boys, now attend school through to year 12. It is only thanks to the supportive donations that children like Rani are able to experience a happy and worthwhile childhood. So please support the SOS Children's Villages and help children in India.